Ciao! So I am back in Florence. I'm about to hop on my bike and I'm gonna go down to the local market. It's called the Centro Macchiato. So I'm super excited. Hey, so I am on my way to the city. Whenever I come through the city, the beginning of the city near the Four Seasons Hotel, there is this incredibly cute little park. I will show you around. I restocked pizza. I'll go ahead and show you. I'm so excited. It is a little bit pricey. It's €5.61. Yes, it's a little pricey. Definitely don't recommend on a daily, but I feel like this Mercato, you have to come here at least once. And there are some other things that are a little bit cheaper. Definitely compared to America, this is, or at least California, where I'm from, this is definitely cheaper. But let's go ahead and see how it tastes. Very good. It's definitely worth it. I must say that. It's definitely worth it. It's nice because they do give you 3 pieces, which is essentially like this big, I would say. So it's not cheap for Florence or for Italy, but it is cheap in retrospect. So now that I'm done, whenever I have lunch, I always get a macchiato after. Macchiatos are essentially a cafe, a little espresso, and they add a little bit of milk. I like a cafe which is just espresso, but I really like that feeling of milk. I would always want to get a cappuccino. I know it's not normal here. I try to stay away from that. There is some wisdom in that. Having too much milk, it can be a little bit heavy. So I understand the perspective as why Italians don't typically have a cappuccino after 12. I kind of just break the rule and do it anyways. when I was on the farm these days in the countryside, I asked for a cappuccino after 12, and the Nona just literally was shocked, and we had literally had a conversation for 10 minutes about it, and then it became like this big joke about how I have a cappuccino after 12. We were picking olives, and I think on the third day or fourth day I got a little bit dizzy because I was just kind of tired, and I think because I was like looking at the olives for so long. I was sitting down in the house kind of resting. We're trying to figure out like why I'm dizzy. So we had a couple of conclusions. One of them was that this is pretty crazy, but she actually goes and gets a lot of the vegetables herself that she prepared for our lunch. She got mushrooms nearby, which she's been doing for years, so that's totally normal. We kind of concluded that it might have been the mushrooms. And my friend who also had the meal was also a little bit dizzy, so we don't know what it was, if it was the olives or if it was the mushrooms. And at the end, she made this huge joke, and she goes, maybe it's the cappuccino. Yeah, so once you tell an Italian that you have a cappuccino after 12, they're gonna joke with you forever, and it'll just be a thing. So if you're willing to take that, if it's worth it, do it. For me, it's a little bit worth it. But right now, I'm still gonna get a macchiato because I kind of just want to sit there and not have to stand there for so long. The macchiato is kind of that in-between cafe and cappuccino where it's socially acceptable, but you also get the milk. So I'm gonna head over there now and get it. Ciao. €1.30. Grazie. Alright, so I got my macchiato. Perfect. Perfect as always. Get done with them quite quickly because they are so tiny and little, which is nice. And you do stand here. Let's go video. This is a bar. Finito. Mm-hmm.